ladies and most gentlemen. Today, we're going to look at the brand new Warsong Gulch Remastered video that was from BlizzCon and break it down and kind of look at stuff that you may or may not have missed. So I did label this video as 10 things missed. Could be 11, could be 15, could be 20, could be 5. Who knows? Who's counting? Not me. So basically, there are 10 clips that they did show at BlizzCon, and we're going to go through each of them and see if there's anything new that they've added or any like interesting changes and things like that. They did show the clip very, very fast, so we're going to be pausing it and basically, yeah, just breaking it down, taking a look. This is the Warsong one. If you guys like this, we'll do an Arathi Base one as well, because if you didn't know, in patch 8.1.5, they are remastering Warsong and Arathi. So yeah, let's begin with the opening shot of the new Battleground remaster. So straight away, the biggest difference right here is the lighting and the shading. Just looks fantastic. The thing is with Warsong and Arathi, they're such old battlegrounds compared to like the new character models and things like that. That's really the reasoning for them upgrading it and bringing it up res to the more modern kind of graphic style that they've been going with World of Warcraft over the last couple of years. One thing I did notice on this first frame is that in the Horde camp in the bottom right, you can see there's an extra broken wagon down there, so that'll be another obstacle for you to avoid. Again, the view distance looks pretty much the same. What I like about it is when you do flip them from side to side, and I think this is what the editing kind of really showed at BlizzCon, is that they're so similar when it cuts between them, like especially some of the buildings and things. They've really done a great job of making them look the same but new, and I think that's something they should definitely get some praise for. One thing they definitely made a point of mentioning at BlizzCon is that this is not the finished product, so it probably will look a lot better than it does right now when it comes out, and I think it looks great already. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one, definitely. So our next shot is going past the entrance of the Alliance side, and it looks great. As I said previously, it looks great. I'm probably going to say that a lot. I'm so sorry. But yeah, there's a brand new rock right there on the just outside the front there with that tree. That previously wasn't there in the old Warsong. The trees have had a massive upgrade just in the details and kind of the way they look to match kind of the surroundings. But yeah, a great shot here. I think actually I find with a lot of this Warsong stuff, the Alliance side is pretty similar, where the Horde has had, you know, a few differences here and there. Now we get this closer shot of the Alliance entrance, looking fantastic again. Not too much of a difference here. You can see the two moon whales on each side of the entrance now kind of more embedded inside the entrance, where previously they were just kind of like randomly spotted on each side. Obviously the lamp has had an upgrade where it's got 2 lamps instead of 1. Obviously you can see as well throughout this whole battleground there's a lot more clutter on the floor all around. I don't think this will have collision, but I think it's just kind of to bring the area more to life. Previously there was just not a lot of clutter really, a few little, you know, blades of grass here and there, but there's a few more plant life, a few more kind of purpley things to kind of make it more night elfy and pretty damn cool, honestly. The next shot is a really short one. It's just this entranceway going into the Alliance base on the right-hand side. Not too much to say, really. They've really done a great job of actually exactly replicating the kind of the vine fence sort of thing. Like, literally, it's a one-to-one comparison right here, and you can see, like, even, like, the angles of it and everything like that. They've literally gone into such detail in kind of recreating, but reimagining this entrance right here. And I think the wood and the effects and the coloring just looks fantastic as well. Our next shot is the final shot of the Alliance base, and this is the inside of the flag room. The old one does look kind of crap. I don't know what that thing is on the wall. Is it some sort of weapons or something? And then obviously you've got the flags all around that. With the new one, it looks great. Honestly, you've got the new banners on the wall. You've got kind of a weapon rack. It doesn't look like it's got any weapons on it at the moment. I would imagine they're going to put some glaives in there. The flag is slightly more raised up than it was previously, and the area to actually get the flag looks like it's been widened as well. I like the fact, like, even the smallest details, like, so if you look in the old one, you've got this like kind of hanging lamp right at the top, and they've actually replicated it and up-resed it for the new one. So yeah, it's just the small details that I really, really like about this upgrade, and I bet the art team had a absolutely great time going through this and kind of making it look great. The next shot we see is a overhead from the Horde's perspective overlooking the Alliance base. This is one of the best comparative shots in here, honestly. I think looking at them side by side, they are pretty much identical in the angle and the way that you see the buildings. And as I said, with the Alliance stuff, it's so similar, where you can literally flick between the two, and there is not much of a difference in the actual silhouette of the Alliance base, and I think that's absolutely great. You can see here in the kind of bottom left area, the catapult that was previously there, quite large. and decrepit. Now it's a actual working catapult. Obviously, it's not going to do anything during the battlegrounds, but it's a lot smaller than it was, so a little bit more room to kind of run around it there. A few little differences with the rock placement in the bottom right as well. There was 3 rocks, now 2. Nothing too major really. It's just tiny little things that they've added in there. I don't think it'll make a difference to the overall battleground experience though. One of the big things in this shot compared to the old one are the trees in the bottom right. On the old one, they're just like a pixely blur, and on the new one, they're these crisp, and you can actually see like specific leaves. They look really great. I think one of the biggest changes of this whole battleground as a whole is the upgrades to the trees. With the Horde one especially, they've actually mimicked the exact size and shape of the previous one, so from far away, not too much of a difference, but when you get up close, you can really see those new up-resed graphics looking absolutely fantastic, honestly. Our next shot is one of my favorite shots, and it is of the Horde Base and the upgrades to that. So you can see here actually that they're using a new skybox. Now, if you guys go on Reddit a lot, you can see that a lot of people have been editing some of the old skyboxes on Photoshop with some of the old cities like Storm and Thunderbluff and things like that. And a skybox makes such a difference to a zone. It's actually unbelievable. So the skybox looks really great in here. You can see the addition of the Goblin Zeppelin up in the top there. Obviously, the Horde have gained the Goblins as an ally since the inception of Warsong. So yeah, you've also got this brand new road on the left-hand side here, which was never previously there at all. From the looks of it, it doesn't look like you can actually access it as a player, but it is a cool little addition where it makes it look more like this is an actual zone and not just something that's designed specifically for a battleground. And if you can get up there, I would imagine there maybe be some invisible walls or some sort of barrier to stop you from running up and going up to that tree up in the distance there, unless that's somewhere new where you can go and hide. Well, I guess we'll find out. And with that road come a few new buildings as well. Again, could just be scenery, we're not really sure. The next one is a closer look at the new Horde base, and it looks great, honestly. I did notice with the new one, down in the bottom there, you've got that small camp, and they've actually added a brand new fence or gate over on the right-hand side there, so you can't actually cut through there anymore, which you could previously. You can really see the upgrades on the trees here as well, looking really, really great and really bringing this zone to life. And another view of that Goblin Zeppelin. I wonder if there will be any Goblin influence inside this new Warsong. I'm not actually sure. I doubt it, really. I think that's just kind of like a little tidbit. To be honest, the Zeppelins have been in the game since Warcraft 3, so to be honest, yeah, it's just a little thing to kind of open up the zone and give it a kind of bit more depth, I think, honestly. The next shot is the penultimate shot, and this is a shot of the entrance of the Horde base. You can see this old one. The texture on the walls just looks horrendous. It really does. And then when you look at the up-resed one, the woodwork, the details, the kind of iron, I think that's a wolf, I think, in the middle there. That looks great. You can see that new road over on the left-hand side as well. You can see the fire on the left is looking way better than it was previously. And they're using some of that fire effect, which I think they brought in more recently, and which is way better than what they used to use. I like the new details on the kind of rocks in the background as well, where it looks more like the Barrens, which is obviously where Warsong is based. I think that looks great, and they've really taken some inspiration from the new Barrens and from the new Ashen Vale to make this zone look more like it belongs in the zone that it's based in. And I think that's something they did with the new Arathi Basin as well, obviously with Arathi Highlands getting a major update in BFA. And then we get our final shot of the new Warsong, and it is inside the Horde flag room. The upgrades here are great. I can see in the old one you've got these kind of saws on the wall there. They look like traditional normal saws that you would have, and they've upgraded these to look more Horde-like, more angular, more kind of rustic, like the new Horde stuff has looked since really the Cataclysm, when they've started really kind of fleshing out what Horde designs really look like, because before that they were kind of all over the place. The banners have all been upgraded, of course, looking really great and rustic, as I've previously said, you know, looking stitched together and kind of thrown together, put there, not nice and neat like the Night Elf one. It's a great comparison. The entire wall texture has had a massive upgrade as well. Previously being kind of a bit of a crappy kind of brick wall, but now it's more like rocks kind of thrown together, you know, probably a bit of cement and stuff like that. The flag hasn't been raised like the Alliance one, and the area does look a little bit wider, but I don't think that'll affect gameplay too much. It also looks like the balcony above this area is still intact, so yeah, I think they will still be having that part of it in there. I think if they got rid of that, that would be a major difference to the flow of the battleground, definitely. And that is pretty much it, guys. 10 awesome clips of the new Warsong Gulch. I'm excited for it. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, I can't wait to do it. I'm not much of a PvPer, but I'm definitely giving this a go on the PTR and on live when it comes out. I think it'll be a really great reimagining of this Battleground. So let me know down below what you think of this video, if you like this type of video where I just ramble on about changes, about little different things about this this video, and if you want to see an Arathi Basin one, because that can come very, very soon if you guys like this type of video. And how many things did I point out? It definitely wasn't 10 or 5 or whatever, I'm not really sure, but yeah, bonus points for you if you actually counted, because I have absolutely no idea. So yeah, leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. I've also got a partner digital channel with over 3,000 members, and a merch store over in Streamlabs, and I'm also now streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM if you want to check me out on stream. Yeah, I'm over on Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGM. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.